to start my day off. Some mornings I'll start here at the school, and then I'll start my day again, going out and serving my community with the funeral home that I'm the vice president of and part owner, and also, come out here and serve my community, but then to come out here with kids and motivate them and make them better men. And sometimes when you have trainers and better young women, it's a full day's work, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Okay. But has that always been something you wanted to be, kind of involved in, and just being involved in that type of, service to the community and, for especially, school and young people as well?
Well, I've always been active. Even when I was in school, you were kind of active through the schools there. But when I came back home, I started coaching. I never thought I would get into it. One thing led to another, and I found myself running for city council and winning. And I've always been in the family business, so it's been a true blessing to sit here and do the things that I do. But I can only thank the people around me who've made me great.
Okay. Talk a little bit about that and just kind of, your upbringing. I know you said it's a family business, so is that something you kind of grew up in, the home?
Yeah, so I'm a third generation owner of the business. I started with my grandfather, the late J.L. Smith, and my grandmother, Annette Smith. Kind of went to my father, J. Lawrence Smith, first. And now it's on to me. My mother has carried the legacy on since I went to school, and now I've gotten back and gotten involved. She's helped me tremendously. She's probably one of those people, I would say, who's pushed me to be better each and every day. Along with my stepfather, who's been a tremendous supporter of me, Mr. Commodore. And those two, and along with my wife, Alicia, she's pushed me as well and been that support that I've needed.
Was getting into family business, was that something that was always kind of on the docket for you, or was it something you thought you might, left behind at one point?
If you would have asked me my high school self, I would have probably been playing professional baseball, maybe later in life in the family business. But God works in mysterious ways, and I ended up graduating from college and decided, instead of going to pursue my baseball career, I decided to really just come home and run the family business and serve my community.
Okay. What was kind of that decision like? I know it's always hard for every athlete to kind of give up on that dream, basically. So
it was a split-second decision. I really saw how hard my mom worked to keep the business going, and I felt like it was time for me to step in. And sometimes you have to make tough decisions in life, and that was a tough decision, but I don't regret it one day.
Okay. What's it been like, kind of getting into that, coming back and kind of serving in that regard? Was that kind of was that about as far as you thought you were going to go at one point, or?
Yes, coming back at first, I would say when I first got back home, I really thought I was just gonna, coach a little bit and run the funeral home and serve the community. And then, later in life, I got a new calling of serving the community in a different way. I always coached. I think I'm on my 7th or 8th year of coaching. My 2nd year as the baseball coach here at Wilson. So it's a life full. They say you're supposed to do a lot of things in life, and I'm doing a lot of things early in life, and God has truly blessed me to play a lot of different roles in life and touch a lot of different lives as well.
Okay. How much do they all kind of coincide with each other? Obviously helping people out, at the funeral home, and then coaching, and then I would say as a city council, how much do they all kind of intertwine with each other, I guess?
I would say helping the citizens as far as with the funeral home and city council kind of coincides together. Coaching kind of does too, because I'm still helping young people, but sometimes those young people have to deal with sudden tragedy, and it's easier to talk to them those ways and counsel them and kind of help them through the pain that they're going through. But also our community, when they need my assistance, they know where I am, and that's why the cohesiveness of being at the funeral home most of the day. They know where I am, they know where they can find me, and they know after probably about 4 o'clock I'm here at Wilson, and I think it's just making me easier to be reachable.
All right, and you mentioned obviously city councilman. How did that kind of come by? I mean, what was that kind of calling like for you?
It was a different calling. I just felt like it was time for me to serve my community in a different way. I have a vision for Florence, to make it a better Florence, to move Florence forward. It has been a blessing to me to serve people in a different way, and I thank God for it.
Has that been kind of just everything that's kind of, how they all connect is just kind of serving, in terms of the community like that, just serving kind of in different capacities for you? Has that always been, kind of a driving force for you?
Yes, I would say, serving and service has probably been one of my main goals and my main focuses in life, and I want to continue to do that as long as I can.
Okay. How much did that kind of come, from childhood and kind of growing up here and, having community? How much did that kind of coming back really kind of, set up in your mind basically to kind of, do that type of service?
Watching my father serve the community was probably a big reason why I want to serve my community. I've watched how hard he worked. I watched my mother, how hard she's worked to do many different things in the community, and just I've watched my family as a whole. I have other relatives who serve in capacities as other officials, and to watch them as truly put a drive into me to serve this community.
And then just kind of last thing, switching to baseball, what about coaching just really kind of stands out for you, just in terms of that's probably the one where you interact with the younger crowd mostly. Just kind of how does that kind of in terms of fit that type of service for you?
Man, I'll be very honest. I love coaching. It's probably something it would be harder to give up coaching than it probably would my baseball career, but I love it. To mold young guys, to make them better men, to give them advice, for them to know that their coach is a councilman. I just want to be somebody they look up to, and as long as I'm continuing to do that, I thank God for it. I thank God for them, because they truly keep me upbeat, they keep me going, and yeah, that's about it.
How much do you think that impacts just kind of what you're able to kind of speak with them about on a day-to-day basis, being a councilman, them knowing that you're kind of serving as a leader in the community as well?
It shocked me. A lot of those guys knew that I was running, and they kind of understood the job that I was doing. And so to talk about, what was going on, I have some of the guys ask me, Coach, how was council meeting today? Or to see them kind of be into it, it's really shocking, but our kids are very intelligent, and to share my everyday experiences with them, and they might get just a nugget in life to help them keep going.